Alright, I'm going to give a little tour of the wood shop here. It ain't much, it's really just one table. So, started off right here. Bought this drill. Now, my plan was to go no glue, no nails, no screws. That quickly changed because I realized if I want to get real good, I gotta start off with the basics, you know. So I would use this to make my dowels, and just stick my dowel in there, and I would bring it over here to this dowel maker right here, and I would basically use these wooden dowels as my nails. It was pretty fun. There's a lot that goes into it, really, and it's easy. They're easy to make. They take a lot of time. It's time consuming, but they're pretty easy to make. You know, I'm gonna use this wood here, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start using some nails and wood and stuff. So I've got some nails, and I was actually not using any power tools. And now you see I got a power tool there. Now I plan on graduating away from power tools. Just takes a long time. That's the reason I don't do it. And I got electricity here. But right here is what I used to use for cutting wood of all sizes. Now good luck cutting a 2x4 with this. I mean, you can, but it's not as easy here. These little 2 saws I got from Harbor Freight. Now this is one of my favorites. So these here, got these on Amazon. This is the first one I got, 3/4. This is the first tool I actually bought here. And as you can see, it's a bushcraft auger. All you gotta do is, you know about them. You slide the auger in, and you make a big hole. And I would use this for my tents, and you know, it was for carving big wood, putting big huge pegs in there that, you know, a lot bigger than those. And so that's my first tool. These are my other tools that I bought. Coping saw, 6-inch. Pretty nice there. Probably the most useful tools, chisels. And there's my my rack up there, my head rack. I got my pencils, my chisels, my spoon carver. Got a few other carving things up here I got from Harbor Freight, real cheap. And my most expensive equipment here is this little thing. Well, besides that power tool, but I mean, these were very expensive. They're nice. Obviously, I bought them from some wood shop place, and they carve very small things. Got my bits here. This is called a rasp. It's like a file, but a little more coarse for wood. And this is a rasp and a bastard file. Now I left it out in the rain, it got rusty, I need to buy another one. This is the one I use the most probably out of all of them. All the files, that is. And this is what I was using to cut small holes before. I was using that jigsaw. This is actually a jigsaw blade. I bought that first before I bought the jigsaw, and I put them in a handle like this. And I would just manually saw it. And I got tired of that, so I went ahead and got a jigsaw. Now this is my antique tool, last but not least. This is my antique drill. If you've seen one of these, you've probably gotten into some antique tools and trying to do things without electricity and stuff. I just wanted to get a drill like this, and it came with some bits. Haven't really used it. I look at using it though eventually. I as you can see, that thing pops off, so I need to maybe work on it. And yeah, that's the wood shop. Of course, I got those. Oh, and now this is neat. I added this to my dad's workbench. I improved his workbench here. See, he had a piece of plywood on top, and I thought, oh man, I could use something better than that. So I put some 2x on top. And these little ones here open up. You see that? They open up, and I can cut. I can get boy. It's hard to do it with one hand. Now look at that. I got all my saws there. Got the drill, staple gun, that's not mine. Got another drill back there. Got a sander back there, that's my dad's. Got this fine saw. Got some more files. And of course, what's a wood shop without a hand plane? Never even knew what it was until probably a couple months ago. I kept seeing it on a car. There's a wood shop, car, and I was like, what is that? I figured out what it was, and I bought it. Very old school way to make the boards smooth and flat. Before there was all this machinery, but also it helps you make things that are just not right. You got a hammer or something in there. You got to make it a little bit smaller, but you don't want to use a saw. It's not enough to use a saw or anything. So yeah, hand plane. Pretty simple to use. Hole saw bits. I use a big drill for these. I was making some kind of wooden table, and basically I got this 2 1/4 and 2-inch. Now that's a big peg. You drill the hole right there, and you make a 2-inch peg and hammer it in there with a rubber hammer so you don't break the wood. So that's the shop tour right there. And my dowels used to be in here. There's still a couple. Yeah. Very simple to make.